You can't really see it, but that's my old gym behind us there, Planet Fitness. I'm sure many of you have gone to a Planet Fitness before. I enjoyed it. I moved on to another gym. If you've seen any of these vlogs, you may have seen either one of those. The problem I have with my new gym is it doesn't have that same sense of community motivation that Planet Fitness had. I know that might sound ridiculous, but it's true. It's the way I feel, at least. I'm a person, I need motivation. A lot of people do. I feel like the people out there that preach about how you don't need motivation are so naturally surrounded by it that they can't even see it. They take it for granted. I believe motivation comes in small, little micro doses all the time by where you choose to be and what you choose to do. If you feel like you are lacking motivation or you're looking for more motivation, sometimes you just need to change the environment you're in, the people you're around, in small ways consistently all the time, and you will become more consistently motivated. That's why I'm excited for Ether Network. That's why I'm excited to take part in more events, because sometimes being in that place, no matter what happens, just being there provides a subtle motivation that you get to take home with you. There's something magical about that. You can literally just copy and paste this and post it and take a screenshot of it. We could do example screenshots so they know it's like, this is what we want to see. Like, this is how you do it.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
I guess the real question is what the rewards should be.
Yeah, I started making 5, 7, 10 rewards, and then I was like, wait, I don't know what all I can be giving away.
Yeah, I would even put a 5 ticket sold reward.
So your promo code 5 times, but should I do 5, 10, 15, 25, or no?
Yeah, might as well. You know, we can, because if they hit 5, they might be like, oh shit, I'm on a roll. I can get to the big prize. What that is, though, is the real question.
What should the first one?
Thankfully, in this circle at the Brief Marketing Summit, I was pleasantly surprised with the use of culture, the word, not in such a completely shallow corporate way, but more in an actual sense, in what culture really is, which is a zeitgeist of human beings and their collective mores and interests. Let me say that again. 50% of all B2C marketers, they say that creating enough content for all their target audiences is their biggest challenge. That's crazy. And it just goes to show the sheer demand for content that is coming out right now. In a world that moves faster and faster, to keep up just means more and more and more and more volume. And how do you hit that level while remaining consistent? Rough, and not many small brands or businesses can even afford to leverage that amount of creative unless you have an internal social hero that is great at creating content and knows the audience and knows how to talk to them and is incredibly prolific with churning it out. That's a different story, but unfortunately, most do not have someone like that, and you can't even really hire one person like that. They're a unicorn. You basically, if you're building an internal media team that has to hit across all of these channels, you're looking at 3 to 4 people minimum to be able to handle the output that you're going to need to be competitive depending on your category.
past 5 on Friday already. It's been a long week. I broke my personal record for most content production days in a row, 5 days, back to back to back. And some of you veterans, that might not seem like a lot. For me, it's a lot. I'm tired, man, but I'm excited. I had fun. And that's on top of all this stuff that I make for my page here. Always be creating. I love it. I wouldn't do anything else, if I'm being honest. But I hope your week's been great. I hope the rest of this month is going to be great. I know it is, because there's something special coming up. I think you've heard about it, a little Ether network.
So, because I like give it out to bridesmaids, I'm like, just do whatever.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm like, just do whatever I'll see at the end. So it was working. Record, release a video, throw money on it, repeat, right?
Yeah.
And that worked, like literally with no effort to marketing. It was just like you would type in start marketing plan, who's interested, music, and then that's what's working at the time is because it was consistent, dude. It was every week. This is what happened with me. It just goes to what I said about things. It wasn't miraculous, so it fucked me up at that time. Because in my head, I was like, you know, when you start getting fans and like the balls rolling, like it's gonna mean everything. There was gonna be meaning. There was not. I was sitting in my underwear, and I got a message on Twitter. Numbers are rolling at this point in time, dude, across the board.
Yeah.
I got a message on Twitter. It was it was across the world. Screenshot of my song, terribly produced, by the way. Of my song on his phone playing, and it was like, you know, thank you so much. I'm sitting there in my underpants, and I was like, this is not what I imagined it would feel.
Yeah.
So little did I know that would slowly, like not even consciously, just basically make me not give a flying shit about music. And then life goes forward, I meet you, and then life goes forward even more, and I become this producer. So I basically psych myself out by vicariously living as a producer, being like, oh, I'm making money while producing for people. This is what you wanted.
I mean, it's a living for sure.
Right.
In the zone.
Up until I said, fuck these motherfuckers, right?
It's always the next step. There's someone else that needs to fuck off.
It got lame. And then I was like, okay, well then if you can't stand producing, what do you want to do? And then eventually it just hit the point. It's like, dude, you feel like I felt this way about normal fucking job, being a musician, being a producer for 7 years. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's just how you feel about it. Pick one. And so I look back at the successful parts of my life and what I was doing. And I'm like, now I'm going to combine all those. This is how Danny Duncan helped my ass. Danny Duncan, you'll watch his videos and you'll be like,
he helped you.
Yeah.
Really?
Because, yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago, man. He shows up out of nowhere on my feeds. And I'm like, oh, he must be new. But if you look at his history.
Were you on shorts or was this like a recommended?
Recommended on YouTube.
Okay.
And then, so I assumed it was a newer creator.
Yeah.
But you click on his shit, he's been at it for like 7-8 years. I'm like, how am I just now hearing him, right?
That's the shit.
So it inspired me to be like, dude, you need to, in your free time, you need to go. You need to go and put yourself in positions and live a good life so that you have something to vlog. And then also, this is what really fucking clicked in my head, man. Danny Duncan sold 150 million in merch, shirts and hoodies. He's not a fucking he is very athletic if you watch his videos.
I mean, he's like a Paul brother type of dude.
Yeah, and then you're just like, how'd you sell the merch? And it was like your personality. Then I thought about, because it's always gonna come back to musicians. Dude, every musician we know, when we get them to like maybe start creating content, right? They'll be like, all right, fine, I'll do this music video. Oh, fine, I'll do this short. Except for they need to look at their music as merch, not as their identity online.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's like they're not willing to be a fun person or themselves. They want to be this identity of like, I am this band. It's like, that's your merch. It's not shirts. Your song is your merch. You need to go online and go.